Hello. Welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. It is Wednesday again, guys. Whee! And it's been another wild day here in the United States. Coming to you live from Ohio with little Jackie and little Billy right here with me on this beautiful overcast day. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am with you guys 3 days a week now. Mondays, we do Angels in Action, and we focus a lot more on angels, learning about angels, how to communicate with them, and getting messages from them. And on Wednesday, we have this one today, Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I find that your spirit teams are always giving you calls to action and helping you to learn and grow. It's not just readings are not just about predicting what's happening or, hearing what you want to hear from loved ones. It's about really getting validation that your loved ones are on the other side and about getting really practical guidance that you can implement from your loved ones in spirit team. Okay. In spirit. So we do that. And then on Friday is Furball Friday. My dad was in the hospital 2 weeks ago, so I've gotten behind on those. But you guys can always ask for animal communication and mediumship readings on any of the lives. But Friday is dedicated to non-human animals. Okay. You're chilling, Kawezi. Awesome. Hi, Kellyanne. Let's see. Ethan, Jen Mote. Hello. Welcome. Nikki, hello. Thank you guys for saying hi first. Hi, Rosalind. Welcome. So today, guys, one of my favorite, we're going to do Black Orchid today. We have had therapists in and out all day for my dad here at home. So it's just been a crazy day. I'm lucky I got on it all. I still have to make up terrific tips. I missed that one. We have a raccoon struggling in our front yard. They are so precious. I think this one got hit by a car. So my husband and I are making sure it has food and water so it can heal. It's been a wild day. So let's go ahead and on your side, guys, do the same thing. Light your incense or your candles. Get your crystals out, or maybe you have some sacred sounds or music that creates just the right ambiance for you. Whatever you do, set yourself up for success and for being able to receive by setting the mood and the ambiance. And my friends, make sure that you're leaving your garbage at the door. Okay. This means whatever you've been worrying about, overthinking, carrying around with you as mental, emotional, and even maybe physical baggage, leave it outside the door. I cannot emphasize enough. This is 1 hour, and it will just be 1 hour today because I have barn duty tonight. This is a sacred hour with spirit. This is a time for you to shift your vibrational frequency and your nervous system. This is a time for you to stop overthinking and get in a relaxed state to receive, so that no matter who I may be calling on today, no matter who spirit guides me to read for, remember, spirit knows who's here. And so sometimes they'll guide me not to call on someone just because someone else's reading will carry the perfect message for you. So it's really important, instead of just constantly begging for readings like I see a lot of people do, you listen to everyone else's readings. You listen to the messages, because rarely, let me put this a different way. Well, rarely when I'm giving a message for one specific person, is there nothing for anyone else. Okay. Usually spirit has me say it in a way that if you're really listening, what you really need to hear is going to be shared as well. Okay. All right. Let's see who's on here today. And then I will give Spirit's message, because I forgot that last time on Monday. Spirit asked me to please give a message from them for everyone before I get started. And in the process of telling you that on Monday, I forgot, and I completely went on and did readings. I never gave Spirit's message, so we'll make sure to do that today. Let's see who else we have on here. Let's see. Raf D. I guess in my glasses. Armstrong, welcome. Carolyn, Kira, great to see you guys. That's great. Okay, I have you starred, Kira. Guys, I also want to remind you, Kira reminded me of this because she did a Meet Your Spirit Guides. Please remember, if you want to be a part of Meet Your Spirit Guides on the 27th at 12 p.m. EDT, you will need to, hold on here. There we go. You will need to email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com and type spirit guides. Oh, I'm dropping incense here on my computer. Okay, let me put this over here. Sorry, guys. I'm sitting in, I was going to sit outside today and there were too many mosquitoes, so I chose not to do that. All right. If you want to join Meet Your Spirit Guides, it's very limited spaces. You write spirit guides to, whoops. You type spirit guides and you send that to larkinsreadings@gmail.com. And if I have enough spaces left, you'll be registered for this upcoming one on the 27th of June. Okay. It doesn't matter if you think you've been around your spirit guides a lot. It doesn't matter if you aren't sure if you even have spirit guides. Whatever level you are, this will help you get validation for your spirit guides. And they tell you how they tried to get through to you. And they give you instruction for getting closer to them and for being able to communicate with them more clearly. Okay. Queasy says, thank you all for all your prayers. Armstrong from an Indian subcontinent. Welcome. Great. Thank you for joining us. All right. All right. So I'm going to share with you first, and then we'll get into readings. Spirit's message to you based on who they know is here. Sorry, there's my email just popped up for you guys. Based on who they know is here and what you guys need. So today, Spirit wants me to remind you guys not to be in such a hurry. My favorite topic. Hi, Teresa. Not to be in such a hurry. Okay. This is really important. And they're asking me to give you guys examples. In the bigger picture of things, there's a lot of things that we miss because we believe our ego when our ego tells us, oh my gosh, like, if you don't get here by this time, or you don't see this happening by now, that this and that is going to be that way for you. And it's really important to keep in mind that we in our current human form only have the tiniest bit of perception of what's actually happening. Okay. In order to live and experience this world of contrast, as Abraham Hicks says, we have such a limited viewpoint. We have like blinders on. Okay. And since Spirit's asking me to give you an example, hi, Nikki. Spirit's asked me to give an example of why not to be in a hurry. Here's an example I see all the time, and Spirit knows that I see this and knows that I recognize this as a collective egoic characteristic that is representative of so many individuals, right? So we have us as individuals, and then we have our collective. When you are driving down the highway, and maybe you're one of these people that does this, but you're on the road and there's nobody behind you, nobody behind you, and there's an exit coming up, and somebody just has to get in front of you, even if there's not really space between you and the car in front of you, and they speed past you and they fly over to the point where you have to slam on your brakes, and so do they, only to cut across and get off an exit when there was space behind you. Now, I want you guys to just think about that for a second, because this is your wisdom message from Spirit today. Okay? And they want to demonstrate to you how we don't just do this on the highway. But what I have learned over the years is the way I see people driving on the road with their vehicles is representative of how they're living their lives. It's the mindset in which they are living their lives. And if you look at that scenario, okay, he's like, absolutely. Kira's like, I've done that by accident before because I almost missed the exit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people do it on purpose when they don't even need to do it, right? But you can still do that and get behind the person. See? So you're almost missing your exit. You get behind the person. But we are raised, especially in Western culture, that you're better off if you're first. Get in front. Be first. Actually, there are so many negatives about being in the front and being first. And one is you don't have as good of a view, right? But think about the illogicalness of this. And I'm going to ask you an important question. Again, this is Spirit's lesson, and then we'll get on to readings. But Spirit wanted me to share this today, and they know that this is an example I hold strong in my head. I often have conversations with Spirit about this, because when you see people driving this way, this is also how we're living life. What you see on the road is the mentality and the choices people are making in life. And think about, though, how illogical that is. What does a person really get out of? There's really no benefit to it at all. You waste gas, so you're wasting money. You risk causing an accident or worse. It's hard on your car, especially if there's nobody. I mean, people do this all the time and there's nobody behind me. They just want to get in front of me, because that 95% of their mind says, if you're in front. And then what happens is the adrenaline kicks in and people go. And guys, not only is this so dangerous, but it's just stupid. Think about how stupid it is. It doesn't make sense. You want to live smarter, not harder, right? So if you really don't want to be wasting gas, risking your life or an accident, putting forth the adrenaline rush, making the effort. I mean, it's kind of stressful. You got to weave in there. Maybe some people think it's fun. But then you got to slam on your brakes when you get off the exit. Just don't. And I think it's important that we examine ourselves and ask, which side of the fence are we on? Are we one of those people? Because if we are, we're really not thinking clearly. We're not thinking about what's the best choice. We have blinders on. And when you have blinders on the highway, you have blinders on in life. And you might find yourself in situations where it's like, well, why did so-and-so get a promotion before me? Or I'm going to race to do this because, this people get on readings. Got to get on first. Got to tell Larkin I'm here. Got to keep telling her, can I have a reading? Can I have a reading? Can I have a reading? And when I see that, what I see is a person who's not ready to receive. What I see is a person whose nervous system is on autopilot, is on race mode, can't receive abundance mode, can't receive what they want to manifest mode, can't relax, can't experience the peace, can't get the abundance, is always, what they want is always out of reach. If you behave like that, what you want is always out of reach. So the reason I stall in the beginning, I don't normally stall this much, but the reason that I stall in the beginning is to help you guys learn to practice this, not just with me in my readings, but in everyday life and when you're on with other readers or when you're praying or meditating. Take the time to sit in the stillness, to sit in the peace, because that's where the power is. That's where you remember who you really are. That's how you learn to bring your power back. That's how you learn to hear your loved ones and see and sense and touch and feel them. That's how you learn to have faith and believe in that which you're wanting to manifest, which allows it to happen. That is how you allow yourself to receive. Okay. And I would highly recommend the book, The Art of Receiving by Abraham Hicks. All right. So that is our little message from Spirit. It was a long one today, but it made up for the 3 I've forgotten to do. Okay. It's very powerful. That's you, Nikki. Oh, don't be sorry. Yep. That's it, to sit in the stillness, Vivian. Exactly. Hi, Holly. So, see, and there's Vivian's already asking a question. Okay. So that's great, Vivian. I got you started. I got you started, honey. I hope you guys. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Vivian. Aloha. I love it. I love that little emoji. But I hope you guys were really listening to that. It's like when people say they're listening, they're usually not really listening to you. They're thinking about what they're going to say. They're not really listening. And you guys might not think that has an impact on your life or why you're here or what you're stressed about, but it has every impact on it. Every impact on it. Okay. Nikki says, absolutely. This is cool. I'm going to share this before and then I'll start our readings. Kira says, I used to do that a lot on the highway on my way to work, but it's dangerous. And I realized that. Good. I'm glad you realized that. Yeah. I mean, guys, a lot of people don't even know like there's anything else going on the road, to be honest. A lot of people don't even know there's other stuff going on the road. And the most powerful people, the ones who are able to manifest in alignment with their intentions and acquire that abundance and that peace. Abundance isn't just money, guys. It's love. It's the ability to relax and enjoy life. They're the ones that are standing in their power. And in order to stand in your power, you have to apply self-control and stillness. So many things shift when you do that. So thank you, Spirit. All right. Can you receive anything from any of my grandparents or Marion? All right. Let's see who's here today for you. Kira, don't forget, guys, when Spirit comes through, because I have hope both things happen. It made you think, Nikki. Truth, yeah. Coeasy, I love Spirit and Spirit loves me. Yes. So when you guys share who you want to talk to, and I ask them to come forward, sometimes they come forward right away. Just a heads up, because I'm scanning what souls are here right now. And sometimes other souls need to come through to clear a way or a path for that soul, or to make it easier for us to communicate. So we'll see what's happening here. So I'm going to ask you certain things just to verify, to make sure it is you and not other souls breaking through for them or jumping in. Kira. The first thing I see, though, and I do see 3 figures moving forward. They're not clear in detail yet, but I'm also seeing and hearing the word hat. Hat. Hold on, I got you guys started here. Did any of these people that you're wanting to discuss like hats, Kira? Because the thing that's standing out the most is a hat. And then I have 2 individuals. Hi, Armstrong. Hi, Linda Swan. I'm having so like 2 individuals over on my left. So they're like on your right, Kira. It looks like grandparent figures, and it feels like it. The lady, the grandmother figure, is closer to your right shoulder if you were to be facing me. And the male figure, which is coming off as like your grandfather figure, is next to her. And then a little distance away, not too far with them, but kind of separate on her own, is another female figure who seems younger. And again, I just keep being shown hats. And I'm seeing different hats there moving forward. And this feels all like family. So it feels like they all know each other. The younger woman would identify, I believe, as a mother figure, and the other two as grandparent figures. All three are watching over you. They're also mentioning and showing me and saying photographs, pictures, photos. Not necessarily on phone photos, like digital photos, but they're showing me actual photographs. Let's see. They're showing me actual photographs, so just let me know yes or no if these resonate with you. But they're showing me like the type of photographs that you used to develop and pick up. Let's see. And I believe a lot of this, Kira, and then I'll go back up and I'll check your messages, okay? I believe a lot of this is that during the lifetimes of those who passed, who are coming through for you, Kira, most of the photography at that time was done in, hi, Miss Shelley, was done in the regular printed photographs, not the digital photographs. And I believe that's why they're showing me these, because they're showing me that you, let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, so Kira, you said your mom always wore a hat or due to female baldness. Okay, so that's validation from her, because that was the very first thing that came through, even before any of those figures were clear. That's very cool. Let's see. I see you, Carolyn. Hi, Jasmine. So, guys, make sure that you're make sure that you guys are being specific when you're asking for readings, okay? This is Spirit's way of trying to help me speed it up so I can help more people while I'm on. It didn't work just telling me to speed it up. So now they're trying this. All right. Let's see. Anyway, these pictures, it's significant that these pictures aren't digital pictures, because most of their lives, the pictures that were taken that were most significant, obviously for your grandparents and even for your mom, were printed photos. And so they're showing me photographs printed, photo albums. They're showing me you having so many photographs to look through and go over memories and work out, a lot of your grief and just missing their presence in your life by going through photographs. So that's a second form of validation that they're showing me. You can say yes or no over there. Let me know if that's accurate and that relates to you. Because if not, then I need to find out what they mean and adjust the verification that they're giving me. Yes, absolutely, Armstrong. We do animals, souls, and spirits anytime. Okay. Let's see. I've got you started, Nikki. I see you guys. I'm just checking to see if Kira responded about that. Let's see here. I see you, Jasmine. Thank you for being specific. I'm just looking up to get my validation, guys, from Kira. Aha. All of the photos I showed them were pictures of old pictures. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very cool. That's very cool. Oh, here we go. Kira also wrote this. I was just showing a friend of mine a bunch of pictures of family the other day. Yes, absolutely. And that's what we do a lot now, isn't it? We take photographs of the old pictures. I know my dad did a lot of that documenting for the family to make sure that they're preserved digitally. So that's very important. Okay, good. So that's good. That's validation as well that they're there. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Photos. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Happy Wednesday, Tracy B. I see a Kawizi. So, okay. All right. So let's see what else, if they have any other message. Mostly, Kira, they want you to know that they're there. Okay. That's usually the first thing that comes through. I don't know if you've had readings from other people, from your family or not, but that's usually what's really important. Now, they're also showing me, Kira, this is also for you. And Kawizi, this is for you too. I'm going to say both of this. Yes, Armstrong, we'll get to you. Don't forget, guys, Friday, I have Furball Friday, where we just do animal and nature readings. So the other thing that's coming through for you, Kira, and I'm including you in this, Kawizi, too, even though we're not reading for you specifically right now, is they're trying to get your attention, Kira, with doors closing, like slamming and closing, or the sound of doors opening and closing, being pushed by wind or moved or rattled, windows or doors. So it could be a car door, it could be like an outside door or a screen door. But one of the things spirits can do, souls can do, it's good, Kawizi, is they can work with things that are natural, right? So they can work with the wind. The reason a lot of times you guys wonder, are they messing with electricity, is because, I want you guys to understand this. This is cool. Maybe you guys don't think this is cool. I think this is cool. I like to explain why this happens, because I hope it helps you believe more it's what's happening. Hopefully this is more validation for you, Kira, that they're really here, because these are things I would not know. I would not know about the hat. I would not know about that you've been looking at photographs. That's verification for you that they're there. They were watching you show your friends the photographs, and I wouldn't have any way of knowing that, right? So this is evidential reading, right? And I always try to give that evidence. That's the most important thing. Then, of course, we have the messages, but they want you to know how they're trying to also get your attention, right? And so spirit will often use, because everything's energy and now they're in the non-physical, right? So they're in the higher vibrational frequency. They can't affect matter the same way. So what they'll do is they can affect things like electricity, right? Because it's not as physical, right? It's energy. It's electromagnetic energy. And they can vibrate with that and affect it more easily. The wind, they can affect that more easily. Non-human animals like birds, they can ask them to do favors and have them show up more physically. They can make TV static. They can, get in sync with radio stations and music and things like that. So they do try to get your attention with like things falling over, like in the wind, or blinds or windows flapping in the wind, or doors slamming shut, or a car door being pushed in the wind. These are ways, Kira, in which they're trying to get through to you. Okay. Let's see if that makes sense to you. I see your question, Kelly. Let's see here. Vivian says, thank you for your compassionate patience, Miss Larkin. You're welcome. I try. We're not going anywhere, right? There's no hurry. I mean, I guess there is for me because I got to get to the barn, but let's see. Kira says, the friend I showed the pictures to actually said that one of them looked like they were sitting between me and my son. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Sometimes when we show photographs to other people, we can see things, right? They can notice things we might not notice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's amazing, Kweezy. Yeah, your dad works with the wind too. That's why I was saying this is that message is going to relate to you as well, Kweezy, because your family also tries to get through that way. Um, let's see. No, they're not showing me electronics for you, Kira. That's why I shared with you things falling over or blowing or slamming shut or moving. They're not showing me any electronics or light stuff with you. They're showing me the other things I mentioned. But a lot of other people will experience light bulbs or electronics going fuzzy. But guys, this doesn't mean every time your light bulbs go on and off or your your TV gets fuzzy that it's spirit. It doesn't. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just a short or something funny going on with the electric. Okay. All right. Nikki says she always sees things. I got goosebumps all down my body, the side of my body. Yes. So when we get goosebumps, I know when I get them when I'm reading, that's one of the ways that the souls are telling me, or spirit, your spirit team will do this too, are letting me know that I'm on track. It's their way of thanking me and saying, yes, that's what we want you to share with them. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. Thank you for saying it that way. Okay. So that's definitely a sign, Kira. Let's see. Oh, so this is probably why they're showing me the curtain then. Okay. Your son keeps knocking down the window curtain. Okay. Well, there could be a reason for that, right? A way of getting your attention. And they are definitely surrounding him, right? They're definitely around him as well. But just keep in mind, Kira, that's how they're getting through for you. You haven't noticed any of that? Okay. Well, maybe you will now. Maybe you will notice some of that now, because they are trying to get through to you with signs as well. And it seems as though your loved ones can use things like the wind and the animal symbols more easily than they could use light bulbs or electronics. And usually, guys, they only try to do that when they're really trying to get your attention and be like, hey, I'm there. Okay. A lot of times, souls won't use any of that. A lot of times, they'll just try to come through you in feeling or in visual signs or in someone saying something to you. Okay. There's all sorts of ways in which they can come through in signs. Okay. All right. Let's see here before we move on to the next person. I see it, Natasha. Okay. Yeah. So, Kira, I think after we did today's reading, you're going to be a little more open to things. You definitely wouldn't want to be reading into things, but one of the things that you can do, because today they just wanted to really validate and verify that they're there with things I would have no way of knowing. But one of the things you can do moving forward that should be easier now that you've had a reading is ask them for very specific signs. Say, hey, make it so obvious that it practically hits me in the head. Okay. And ask them to do that. Ask them to make it very obvious, and they will gently be repetitive and persistent. Okay. They are there with you, and they do try to get through to you with feeling, with claircognizance, and with signs. Those are the strongest ways they try to get through to you. And then of course, they're always, isn't that a cool reading, Misha? There's always the astral plane, right? So start asking them things. Today, they just wanted to verify that they were there, okay, and that they are well. So keep talking to them, Kira, because they are supporting you. And I always like to give the evidence first, so that everything else doesn't just sound cliche, and you can know that they really are proud of you. They are really rooting you on, and they are so proud of you, Kira. And as you sit really still and you think of them, they're showing me that you'll be able to feel that. Okay. You've been having family in your dreams a lot lately. Excellent. And they're in the astral plane when your consciousness goes out into that plane to have fun while you're sleeping as well. So you do spend a lot of time with them. Okay. Okay. All right. Vivian, I'm not sure what you're saying. Angelic 2 by 2 over the head. Not sure what that means, but that sounds cool. All right, I'm going to go up to the next reading. Kira, thank you for letting me read to you. Is she there almost every night? Excellent. Oh, I was going to put that one up there. Okay, awesome. That is very cool. You're welcome, Kira. Mwah! Thank you for being here. Let me read for you. It's always fun to see you. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, and Kira, you might want to do this since you've joined the Meet Your Spirit Guides before. I'm posting right now, guys, the link to my school community, absolutely free. I'm going to tell you about this while I scroll up to the next starred reading. We'll move on now. I'm going to send your loved ones with you, Kira. You'll be able to be in touch with them better now, okay? So if you guys join the school community, if you follow that link, it's absolutely free. Science and spirituality is not mutually exclusive. And on there, I have a calendar and I have different events and I have everything from free to high-end coaching and support on there. It's a like-minded community. Let's see here. Nikki, let me know if you're still there, please. Spirit's drawing me to you next. Let me know if you're still there. The My Powerful Choices school community is it's a free community with like-minded individuals who want to remember who they are as a soul, who want to learn both to manifest and to create the changes they want in their life. So I offer the mindset and manifesting aspect, but also the intuitive and spiritual aspect, because you are all of those things. So in this community, you'll see a calendar with all sorts of events and lives and things like that. It's only about a week old. So we only have like 25 people, but I have all my followers from all the other online platforms slowly moving over there. So feel free to join us. Kira, you can just pop on there for free and join us, okay? The link's right below. Let's see, Nikki. Let's see if you're here. We'll tune into your mom. Let's see here. Hi, Sunshine. Welcome. Oh, you're there. Good. Absolutely. Thank you guys for saying hello to each other. I am well, Sunshine. Thank you. All right. I've got you starred here. Spirit's asking me to please speed it up so I can get to more people. So I need to try to be a little more efficient here. Tune into this. All right. So let's see if your mom is the first one to come through here. Nikki. Nikki, there's an older woman in spirit as well. Do you have a grandmother that you were close to in spirit as well? Because there's a grandmother, there's a grandmotherly spirit moving forward. And I see you, Vivian. You're in Ireland, Sunshine. Awesome. It's night for you. Yep. Bye, Misha. I'll see you next time. I'll be back on Friday and Monday. So just let me know, Nikki, in the comments. Yes or no. I'll check in a second. I'm trying to see what they're showing me. So when I asked for your mom to come forward, first came forward a grandmother energy. It looks like kind of with like almost like I see her as like having like short dark hair, kind of not straight, but maybe it's been like curled or wavy. It's lovely. Moving forward, this grandmother energy. And then right behind her is what looks to be your mom's energy. Let's see if your grandmother is in spirit too, because that's what I sense. I sense this would be your mother's mom, is what it sounds like. Hold on. Just got to scroll to see if Nikki relates to this. Your mom's mom. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, great, Kira. I'll approve it. Thank you. Great to see you there. Let's see here. Australia. Okay. Bye, Mish. Let's see. All right. So yes, your mom's mom. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so they are there together as well. Now, for today at least, they're both wearing light colors. Your mom and your grandma are both wearing like white. They're not wearing white robes or anything. They're just wearing like nice button-down blouses, and they're wearing light colors. And I'm asking them why they're wearing the light colors. They're also showing me, I'm just going to share random things with you that will lead to something full circle, or there'll be evidence, one or the other, maybe both. I'm also being shown your grandmother had short hair. Okay. Sometimes they show up, guys. They'll show up in a particular stage in life or whatever, and sometimes they will have had long hair one time and short the next, but that's who moved forward. She was trying to show up the way she was that when she passed, Nikki. They're also showing me a strand of pearls. It is beautiful, isn't it? They're showing me a strand of pearls. And then they're showing me a necklace that looks very, very old. It looks like it might be a locket. I can't quite tell. It looks like at some point it needed to be polished. I'm not sure if it looks more like a warm color. I guess it could have been silver, but it looks like it needed to be polished. But it looks more warm, so I don't know if it was like brass or if it was gold. It may not need to be polished now, but they're showing me this. It was big enough that it could have been a locket, but I don't really know that it's a locket. She's showing me that. She's showing me pearls. Strand of pearls. They're showing me all these little items. I don't know which one, but they're both present there now. They're showing me socks. They're showing me, I don't know if it's a pair of socks or pairs of socks. They're showing me like warm, snuggly, like fuzzy socks. Looks like they might have had like the non-slip on the bottom. Let's see what else they're showing me here. What was in like a little old white box? It would have been like a little cardboard box, like that a piece of jewelry would have come in ages ago, like maybe at least 50 years ago, probably more. It looks worn. It looks like a worn box, but it was a box that it looks like your grandmother might have kept a piece of jewelry in. Let me see what else they show me. I'll go through one more and then I'll see if any of this makes sense to you. And then they're also showing me what looks like a pin. Maybe two pins. It looks like one is tiny. It might have been like a lapel or scarf pin. Might have been part of a group or a club or something she was in. Or it might have been something that was even given to your mom. I don't know. It's pretty small. It looks like it's like a brass. And then another one that's a little bigger that looks more like a decorative pin. Looks like maybe it has stones or colors in it. I'm going to see if any of this makes sense to you. Your grand had pearls. Okay. All right. That was the first piece of jewelry she showed me, was a strand of pearls. Let's see. I have it with my mom's ashes and around my neck. It's got a gold barrel inside. Ah, haha. Okay. So that was the gold part. Got it. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so that would be why. Hi, Charlene. That would be why I was having trouble telling if it was a locket or not. You guys see how this works? It's sort of like it's like a puzzle. You can go in there. Go on in. Good girl. It's sort of like a puzzle, right? It's like a scavenger hunt, although I'm not doing very well being quick about this. Okay. Let's see. I wore a pin with a queen on it for her funeral. Gold. Okay. So that would have been the gold one. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Nikki, I have such chills. I love it when spirit does this. So your mom and your grandma are both sharing these things, Nikki. Okay. But Armstrong, I will do my best. But as you can see, I'm in the middle of a reading. And so I will get to all of you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, I haven't forgot about you. I've got you starred, but I can only do one reading at a time. Okay. So I'm trying my best here. I am, you know, your mom and your grandma are sharing these things. And a lot of times when souls come through, they'll share it as like it's something they both want to share, right? And they just sort of will take turns being the spokesperson. And I usually ask spirit to please give me 3 forms of validation. They gave us a lot. They gave me a lot of good detail today with items and that. And hopefully, Nikki, that is enough evidence for you to really know and trust that they are really here for you. Okay. Thank you, Vivian. I'm trying. No, you're okay. You're not interrupting, Armstrong. I just want you to know you guys can keep asking and reminding me. That's fine. I just want you to know when I'm in the middle of a reading, I've got to finish that one. Okay. And these are free online live readings, guys. So that's why Spirit's always like, come on. Because I take a lot longer really than I should because I should be getting to more people. But Nikki, this is validation. This is an evidential reading. Okay. And this makes sense to you. Excellent. And I have such chills because you guys have to understand I am every bit as I've done this my whole life and I am every bit as blown away every time spirit gives me evidence and you guys are like, oh, whoa, yeah, because I don't know you. So it's still amazing to my human brain and my human psyche that this is even possible. Okay. I think it's amazing. So your mom and your gram actually took a lot of effort and energy to communicate the right frequency, to give me enough images I could interpret, enough frequency I could make images out of so that I could give you evidence. Okay. So thanks to your mom and your grandma, you'll be able to connect with them better now, more strongly. So just keep talking to them now that you have this proof that they're there and that they can come through for you through someone. Okay. And definitely keep me posted. That's what they wanted to do today was just let you know and prove to you that they were there. Okay. So thank you for letting me read for you. I'm going to send you off with your mom and your gram. I'm going to scroll up here and see who else is on here. Then I start. I'm just trying to go, guys, in the order they gave me, and I can never get to everyone. Guys, if I don't get to you, let's see. I definitely want to get to your Labrador, Armstrong. I definitely want to. So I'm going to go in this order here. I'm going to see if Tracy's here first. And then I know you're still there, Koizi. I'm going to get to Tracy first, and then we'll get to Miller. I appreciate it when you guys tell me who you want to connect with and, you know, their name or their birthday or something. And I don't always even need that, but it just speeds up the hunt and peck process and it allows them to have a stronger connection to come through as well. So we can get right down to business. Okay. Let's see if Tracy is there. Tracy, are you there? I just like to make sure you guys are there. Let's see. I like the encouragement, Vivian. Thank you. I see you. I'm going to get to you too, Vivian. So Tracy, are you there? Let me know. I like to make sure you guys are here before I read for you. Thank you, Kawezi. Because sometimes I read for people and they never show back up and they miss the reading and then somebody else doesn't get one. Okay, so I don't see Tracy here. All right. So let's see here. I love how politely you asked, though. Process the query above. Okay. So I'm going to scroll back up here then. I see your sunshine. All right, guys, don't forget, if you like this and you find it valuable, please make sure you like the broadcast because it really helps to, I see yours, Caroline. I love your question, Kellyanne. It really helps people to find the broadcast and helps them to find my psychic medium page. It helps them to find Veronica's page, helps people to find help and support if they need it. Okay. So I'm going down to yours, Armstrong, because I don't see Tracy. There we go. I had a black lab as a kid. And he was so fun. He used to bring our sleds. We would sled down the hill and he would run with the sled. And then he would he would grab the strap by his mouth and he would bring our sleds back up the hill for us. And he had more fun doing that. It was really cool. All right. Okay. Can you receive for my pet black Labrador named Miller, who passed away January 2023? What a handsome, handsome boy. Oh. Wow. He has just, his presence has just never left your side. He's showing me right now. So if I was facing you the way I'm facing and you were facing me, he's showing me on your right side, sitting up against you like he was healing in a sit on your right side. And his little tail doing like this happy little, like, happy, relaxed wag. And looking up to you it's not just, they love us unconditionally. It's not just unconditional love, but he is looking up to you with like complete and utter admiration. Speaking of, you want to come up, Jackie? He's just absolutely, come here, sweetie. Ready? Jump! Yay! Good girl. He is just looking at you with complete and utter admiration. And I just have such chills. Guys, this is why I do Furball Friday. I love the ease and joy of the animal readings because they love us in this world unconditionally, and they're unconditionally patient with us, and they're the same way on the other side, right? Whereas a lot of us humans are, whatever, we got our ego issues here, and then we get to the other side and we're like, oh, I love you unconditionally, right? But the animals are just, he is so loyal to you. And so I'm asking him in a side conversation. It's okay, Jackie. Oh, she's got a little allergy cough. I'm asking him in a side conversation about the soul connection and relationship with you, Armstrong. Thank you, Vivian, my little Jack Russell Jackie. I know you love him so much, Armstrong, and I'll tell you what. He feels that, and he loves you too. And here's the thing: when you're feeling those tears and that emotion, it's most often as well, like when you think of him, he'll move into your auric field, and he's electromagnetic energy, and so are you. So when he enters into your electromagnetic field, it's really more than we can handle. And that will cause you to get very emotional as well because it's overwhelming to our physical body. Okay. So that can be a sign that he's very close and he can feel how much you love him. And the word that he's exuding and expressing to me is deep. He says, that your love between the love between the two of you is so deep. And he's answering my question about, I asked him a side question, side conversation about your relationship, your cosmic relationship with Miller. And he says that you guys are like, soulmates. You don't just need one soulmate, right? You have more than one. That you guys have been together always. You've had many lives together and you've been through so much together. And that each time you incarnate as a person, he comes to be that spiritual and energetic support. He's showing me, I'm asking like what? He's showing me glimmers from past lives. He's showing me, I don't want to give, I'm not going to give too much of the way in case you do a past life regression and you want to do this with him. I don't want to plant ideas in your head, but I do feel it's safe to share what he's showing with me. He's showing me being on a ship with you in a past life. He's showing me being like a I don't want to call it like a war dog, but basically going to battle with you. He's showing me times where he's been like a family dog and companion. He's showing me where he's worked with you as a work dog on a farm. I mean, you guys have been through it, right? This is just one of many lives you've been through together, which is amazing. I know, Kelly, aren't they great? And so, he's like, he's showing me, he's like, our love. Wow, this gives me chills. This is gonna be hard for me not to cry. Animals are so wise, guys. Anyone who asks, do animals have souls? I mean, God, yes. He's so wise. He just keeps saying like our love and our bond just keeps getting stronger. Our soul connection keeps getting stronger. And he's saying like he's going to be like the first to greet you when you cross over, when you return home to the spirit world. He's going to be the first to greet you, he says. He's like, you just watch. I'm going to be the first one to greet you because I'm the most enthusiastic. And that's the message that I'm getting from him. Okay. You guys do also meet up in the astral plane. I don't mean to sound cliche. I know I tell a lot of people this, but it's because it's true. You guys do. And, he says like, he still does this kind of running and like running partway ahead of you and looking at you while you were walking, kind of running and walking with you, but he'd be like bouncing around. And he's like, this is what we do. We do this in the astral plane. He's showing me like kind of playing and wrestling with you on the floor. He's like, he loved that. He loved how you would play with him. He's like, I see it, Kawizi. He's like, you weren't another dog. He's like, but you tried to be for me. You tried to play with him and interact with him in a way that related to him too. It wasn't just, like a lot of people just want to play with their animals the way they would play as a human. He's showing me you also tried to do things, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not. I'm assuming you are. He acts like he thinks you did. You recognized he was a dog. And not just, oh, he's a dog, but you tried to interact with him. You tried to build that bridge with him and for him. And I'm seeing it's because of your love for him. But a lot of people don't do that. They're just like, well, we're humans. We want the dogs to do it our way, right? and then they expect the dog to do all the adapting, or the cat to do all the adapting, or the horse to do all the adapting. He's showing me you weren't like that. He's saying you built the bridge. You tried to meet him. You tried to do things on a level and in a way that would mean something to him as a dog. And he really, really appreciates that. So he wants you to know that that is true as well. Let's see. And then I'm not sure if he's showing me this because he liked balls, or if he's showing me this because he liked that color green. But if you take like the color of my shirt, which is actually like a yellow green, it looks totally yellow on here, but it's not. And you take it and you make it sort of like almost like a neon green. He's showing me like those tennis ball colors. So I don't know if that's that he played with the tennis balls, or if he's just trying to show me the colors, that he could see that color. And he's showing me that he loved that as well. He wants you to know that he is complete on the other side. He is vibrant and healthy and the very best version of himself. He is coming to you in the version of like a 3 or 4-year-old dog. Okay. And he says that's how he is on the other side. Okay. And he just keeps showing me, you know, how important and special you made him feel. He keeps showing me the green tennis balls and the walks, and how he loved to kind of bounce around you because he felt like he had your attention. He loved the time with you when he was alone with you. That was his favorite time, when he had you all to himself. He loved that. And he wants to thank you for a wonderful life, because he picked you. Obviously, you guys chose to come together. And he also wants you to know that he chose to go at just the perfect time. I second that, Armstrong, by saying that animal souls also choose when they leave. It's not just human souls that choose that. Animals do too. We all have to have an exit, guys. We all have to have an exit. And he wants you to know that you did right by him. Okay? You did right by him. Let's see here. I want to make sure you're getting this evidence right. You loved him so much. Yes. You love the animal readings, Kelly. I love that. Okay, so it was both. It wasn't just the ball or the color. He loved to play with tennis balls. That's what he's showing me, tennis balls. That is wonderful. Isn't that a beautiful reading, Vivian? So Armstrong, I'm going to send you with Miller now. Please know that you did right by him, that he knows your love, that he, like he said, he is going to stay right by your side. And I asked him if he could please share with me how you can know when he's there. And he says, well, you can feel it in your heart, especially when you feel that sentiment pull up. But he's also showing me when you feel him sitting up against your leg, or when you see, because he does sit often in a heel and look up at you, when you see flashes out of your peripheral, that's him trying to kind of run up and around and past you and look at you and wanting to, make that eye contact just to let you know that he's there. He says often also walking by energetically and smacking you with his tail. When you feel that, that's him. And he tries to let you know all the time, especially when you're really missing him, that he's right there with you, okay? So Armstrong, I'm going to send you off with Miller. Thank you for being patient, and thank you for letting me read for you. This was absolutely amazing. I love this so much. Mwah. I'm going to send you off with Miller, little sweetheart. Thank you, Miller. You did great, buddy. I know. Wasn't this amazing? All right. So let's see. I'm going to go up here. Thank you guys for being patient. Scroll up here. Kawizi, I see you, buddy. I'm going to answer a couple real quick questions while I'm scrolling to the next actual reading I want to do. Natasha, I hope you're still there because I want to get to your 15-year-old son, okay? Let's see. You saw my grandma. Oh my gosh, really? Kawizi, you saw your grandma while your mom was sick. I believe it, buddy. I believe it. You're such a natural. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh. Okay. See here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get you Natasha. I want to just scroll up here. Okay. Let's see. I see your question too, Kellyanne. And Carolyn. Is it Carolyn or Caroline? Am I saying that wrong? I know I should know by the spelling, but honestly, people have told me different things with different spellings depending on where they were from. You've lost 2 husbands in spirit and would love a message. Okay, I've got you started too. All right, let me do this here. Okay, this won't scroll. I want to get to, thank you, grateful forever. Oh, you're so welcome. Just save the video. And it's on, if you guys go to my YouTube page, no matter what Facebook does, because sometimes after 30 days, Facebook deletes my videos. So if you ever want to be able to go back and listen to this message, Armstrong, go to my YouTube page. It's mypowerfulchoices@gmail.com or at on YouTube. It should be linked in here. It's linked on my pages. And like and follow that because it should stay. If you want to come back and listen to it again, it should stay on the YouTube one, okay? Okay, I want to see if Natasha's here or if she left here. And I see you, Vivian. We're going to get to you too. Your grandma was there when the doctor made the decision. Yeah, that's amazing, Kawizi. That's absolutely freaking amazing. All right. I was hoping Natasha would still be here because I wanted to read for her son. All right. Well, Natasha, check one more time. Oh, she is there. Oh, great. Yay. Okay, good. Sometimes, I mean, guys, people have to get off sometimes, or sometimes if you don't call on them fast enough, they just leave. And so I want to make sure because I want to read for people who are here. All right, so let me go up to here. I definitely wanted to get to that. Natasha, I'm so sorry. Okay, I just want to get to yours and put it up. I see you're there, sweetheart. Okay, sorry, guys. So I'm going to scroll up and make sure I get yours posted on the group. Guys, don't forget, if you do not get a reading from me tonight, Friday is Furball Friday, and I do animal readings. And then Monday and Wednesday, I'm back on to do more readings. And don't forget, Veronica has the very best readers ever on here. So if you don't get a reading from me, you can always, I think I'm getting there, Natasha. You can always get a reading from one of them, okay? I see Jasmine on here. All right. Well, I'll just put this down here then. I got what you asked for. I just really wanted to put it up for you, Natasha. Natasha, if you want to rewrite your question, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll just put here on here. Just so that everybody can see and kind of follow along. But I couldn't find it. I have it starred up there. I couldn't find it again. Okay. All right. So let's tune in with your son here. I see you, sunshine. So, Natasha, oh, thank you. Did your son's name have 2 syllables? Natasha, just yes or no, please. Did your son's name have 2 syllables? His first name? There's a interesting. I think I have 2 young men here actually. So there's a young man. Well, I think I have 3. Okay. So guys, if any of these I'm describing, we need to get clear here. Okay. I think one guy's only 13, was 13. I'm trying to get them to clear up here who's here. Similar vibrations sometimes come in together. So, is there anybody on here? I got to clarify these up, okay, Natasha? This is like finding Waldo, right? Is there anybody on this broadcast who lost a teenage boy with a name of Nathan? Because there's a Nathan here. And then I can't make out the other name, but it's also 2 syllables. And I think that is your son, Natasha. Trying to ask the other ones to please step aside. There's one young man who has shown up here who had dark hair and was really overweight. If you guys, if these sound like someone you lost, you guys can just let me know, and we might have to do it on a reverse reading during another day, because I want to sort out which one belongs to Natasha. And then we have a slender young man who his hair it's not blonde, but it's not really dark either, and it's straight, and he's slim and slender. He's the one that's stepping forward for me the most now. I don't see a jean color. It looks like he's wearing light pants, but the style is like jeans. And he's got sort of he's okay. He is well on the other side, but he has a straight and somber look to him. So Natasha, the energy that is moving forward most now is I've asked the other ones to please step back. We'll have to come back and revisit on Monday who Nathan was, because there's a Nathan here that really wants to reach out to someone. But the young man that's moving forward is just saying, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so, so sorry. And please understand, Natasha, on the other side, we are at peace. We're okay, but it doesn't mean we're not aware that there are mistakes we made as a human, and there are things that we need to now learn. And please understand that souls on the other side feel for us. Do you understand what I'm saying? They feel for us. So although they might be safe and okay, which this young man who has stepped forward, now that I've asked the others to step back more, he has stayed here. So I'm working on, just want to make sure and get evidence with and from you that this is your son. There is a somberness to his persona here because of what he sees you are going through. And he's just like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. He's showing me some ups and downs before his passing. So you can just yes or no if this is evidence to you, if this is making sense. Because again, I want to make sure I've got the right soul here. And he's showing me that you put out a lot, like you gave everything you had, and would have sacrificed everything for him. He's showing me that you did absolutely everything you could do for him and more. He's showing me that you went above and beyond, and that you really were beside yourself. He's showing me you still are questioning, could you have done anything differently? Did you do the right things? Could you have done more? Hi Robin, I see you. Let's see here. Go ahead and be more specific, Robin, okay? I'm going to get to as many of you as I can. Scroll up here and see if any of this is validating. It makes sense to you, Natasha. Yes. His name was Traven. Okay. So there we have the 2 syllables. Okay. That was the first thing he was trying to give me. Sometimes names come through easy for people, guys. Sometimes they don't. I find they're most easy when they come through as someone trying to speak to someone here, not someone coming to ask me for reading, because that's how they're trying to make the connection with their human. But he did come across the 2 syllable name. Let's see. This makes sense. Okay. All right. Good. This is validation. Perfect. Thank you. Spot on. Okay. So this is relating to you. Good. All right. Oh, Robin, my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, Robin, thank you. So one of these other souls that is here, Robin, might be for you. And if we don't get to it tonight, please come back on Monday. I might have to do some reverse readings on Monday, because when I asked Natasha's son to come through, I had 3 young men come through. Okay. So he's hi, Catherine, welcome. He's showing me that you're still doing that. He's saying, before my passing and ever since, you're caught in this cycle of, did I do the right thing? Did I do enough? And could I have done more? And he's showing me that it's like been really hard for you to get off that hamster wheel. Even if you're trying not to blame yourself, he's like, it's just like this never ending cycle, which is what he doesn't want you to do. Okay, Natasha, he doesn't want you to do that. He wants to remind you that, it's natural for a parent, right, to take on this full responsibility. But, he wants you to know that he was also his own person and he's his own soul. And the essence the idea he's really wanting me to convey to you, Natasha, is there are some things even a parent can't do anything about. He still had his own path. No matter what you did and how much you gave, he still had his own path. And your job wasn't to control that path. Okay? That wasn't your job. You did your job. You held space, you cared for him, you loved him. Okay? He's showing me and he's showing me medication, Natasha. And I'm not sure if this is medication that he switched around, or I'm trying to ask him inside a conversation if he can try to be more specific. about what he's trying to share about medication. And what he's doing right now, Natasha, is he's doing a lot of review, right? Let's see, correct. Okay. All right. He's doing a lot of review because he says he came into this life with a purpose. And his intention was to come and live a more full, complete life. That was his intention. Some souls come with the intention of only being here a while and leaving early, and it's an agreement that they have with their loved ones and their family, right? Based on what they need to learn, or maybe just how long they need to be here for what they want to accomplish. In his case, he came with the intention of not leaving early, of not checking out early. Okay. He came, hi, Margot. He came with the intention of living a full and complete life. And one of the things that he learned, Natasha, is that when we come, what our soul plans and what our egoic veil takes over and does once we're here are often two different things. And so the choices that we make in human form are not always in alignment with what our soul had planned. The issue with that is, sorry, I just got a text from the barn. I had to answer here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Can I multitask or can I multitask? What he did and why he said he's learning and reviewing things now is because he was one of those people that came with this full life intention and long list of things he wanted to do and accomplish. And the circumstances that he chose and selected and the challenges that he had changed his perception of things, which of course all of our perception has changed when we're incarnated once he was here. And so we don't always, like when we're soul, we can see how we'll be as a person, but when we're here, our soul still has free will, right? And so he's saying, yeah, things didn't go as I planned. And so now what he's doing on the other side is he's thoroughly studying, investigating this. And, what he needs to learn and prepare for next time. So he can, because he's going to have to come back now and redo the things that he had come here to do this time. Does this make sense? Let's see. I see a Vivian. Yes, Margot, your friend will come through. Come back Monday. We can talk to her on Monday, Margot, okay? Because I'll have to leave here in a little bit. But try coming back Monday. Okay, so this is making sense to you. So this is all evidence for you, Natasha, okay? Because I would have no way of knowing this. This is what he's sharing with me right now. Okay. And he's saying just, near the end there, that he was just really hanging on by a thin thread, that his egoic veil was blocking him from really connecting with his own soul. And so, he made choices he wouldn't have made. And that's one of the things he's trying to do now on the other side is he's trying to figure out, okay, how can I program myself so that the next time I incarnate, I'm going to stick more to my agenda, right? And my egoic self isn't just going to run away with me, which is what happened here. And he wants you to know that we each have our own path and we each have our own lane. And he chose you as his mom and he chose you for a reason. And the two of you chose to come together. Okay. You're in the same soul family. But he just wants you to know more than anything. And I hope that I was able to translate enough evidence for you today that you can really believe this emotionally, because when we believe things mentally, it's not enough. You can understand it intellectually. That doesn't mean you know it emotionally. He wants you to understand emotionally that nothing here is your fault and there is nothing you could have done. There is a point where how his life and when he was going to depart from this world was on a one-track ticket. And there's nothing you could have done about that. And he says, actually, and this is what's going to make you feel better, Natasha, okay? I really believe this is going to make you feel better. Under the human veil, the egoic veil, we always believe that if we can save somebody or help somebody or make things better or get them out of a difficult circumstance, we always feel like that's the right thing. And we feel like we're saving them. And what he wants you to understand is that when we're in human form, and this is one of the things he's learning and studying right now, okay? When we're in human form, have this very limited perception of that, an opinion. And it's perpetuated by our collective ego. And what he wants you to understand is that so often what seems best for the human individual is not what is best for the soul. You understand? So what he wants you to understand is whether he had stayed in this world or whether he had departed, one way or another, his soul was going to get the lessons that it needed. He was either going to continue to suffer here, perhaps to the same tragedy, only suffering here longer, or he was going to depart early and then have to deal with the realization that he gave up an amazing opportunity here. And he's going to have to come and do it again. Okay. And so when you look at what could I have done, maybe I should have done something differently, understand that the most important thing we can ever do that he understands, you might not right now, but he does, is to hold loving space for another person. Even if they make the biggest mistake of their life, it's our job to love them and hold space for them, but not necessarily save or prevent them from something, because the soul's evolution needs the mistakes that we make, and it needs the struggles that we go through. And in the bigger picture, Natasha, it is the soul's evolution that is the most important. And so knowing that his soul is always safe and always well, you can be sure that he is okay. Okay. And that's what he wants you to know. But he doesn't want you to, he takes full responsibility. He does not want you to carry that. You did your job. Your job was to be the greatest mom you could be and to love and give what you gave. And now to let go and to live your life fully. This is what he wants you to do. Okay. So in this reading, he was giving me evidence, but he's also giving me a very powerful message. A lot of times they do one or the other at a time. Okay. But this is very, very important for you to understand, because he does not want you to ever suffer on behalf of him. Okay. Oh my gosh. There are so many. Sorry. Didn't show me there are any new messages. Let's see here. Hopefully she's not like, no. I see, Robin. You got it. Okay. You got it. Okay. So Natasha, he understands that no matter what he tells you, that's not going to make it easy. He knows that. And this is something you guys agreed on when he came, right? When you both came into this world. Okay. You had these understandings. But he wants you to understand that through pain is growth. And I want to share something that Mother Teresa said, and I won't be able to recite her quote perfectly, but Mother Teresa did a lot of healing, and one of the things, this makes sense. Okay, good. One of the things, Natasha, that Mother Teresa said, and she helped and healed a lot of people, but one of the things she also did was she did a lot of death doula work with people. And one of the things she said is when it hurts so deeply, right? That all you can do is love more. What you find is that all that is left is love. I'm going to say that again, and this isn't her exact quote, but this is what she's saying. When you love, when you love so much that it hurts so deeply, what you find on the other end of that hurt is just more love. I'm going to say that one more time because I'm not saying it right. When you love so deeply that the pain is unbearable, as you go more deeply into that pain, what you find is that all there is love. More love. That's it. There is a point at which the pain that comes through our love for others, animals or non-human, you find that there is a merging of them. Because as Abraham Hicks says, in this world, we're in a world of contrast right now. There is not contrast on the other side. That's why we come here, to experience contrast. See? When we have pain over the emotion of loving someone and feeling that we've lost them, what we're feeling is the separation from source. We are source. We're all God energy. So when we lose a loved one in this world, that pain is feeling the absence of that presence, of that love. That's what it is. And as you love more deeply or go more deeply into that pain, as you surrender, right? Because what you resist will persist. I don't remember who said that, but what you resist will persist. So as you go more deeply into any emotion, it reveals itself as something else. So this is your son, Natasha, telling you, stop trying to resist the pain and talk yourself out of it and work it through in your head, because you're never going to be okay with it in your head. Do you understand that, Natasha? You are never going to be okay with it in your head. Your ego is never going to say, there's not something I could have done. Your intellect knows that. But emotionally, your ego is never going to say, oh, maybe there's not something I could have done. You're always going to question that. But when you go more deeply into love and you surrender to the pain, you will be liberated into the freedom of the love and the bond that you share. At which point you're going to be able to experience your son better. You're going to realize he's okay. And it's okay. And there was a bigger game at play here. You held a space for him to come in and make an incredible mistake that benefits the evolution of his soul. What greater gift is there than that? You were just a catalyst for the evolution of his soul. And you continue to love him. And when you get back to the other side, you guys can sit around and talk about this and laugh about this. And you will, with a sacred joy. You will also look back at this life in a very lighthearted manner. And you will study it. And you will say, okay. And you'll choose what you want to do again, okay? Thank you, Kellyanne. So hopefully that makes sense. Resonates with you, Natasha. I'm going to send you off with your son, Traven, okay? And know that you're going to be able to connect with him more deeply now. You take notes, set your alarm. He visits you in the astral plane. You guys do interact. So take time to connect with him there. Start journaling. I would join my school site. I really would. Because there's all sorts of free and low-cost events I have on there, such as journaling and learning to channel your loved ones, things like that we're going to be having. It's a brand new site, but if you go in and you join that, you'll be able to get a lot of more insight and development so that you can connect with him and find peace over this. Okay. I'm sorry for what you're going through, Natasha, but I thank you for being here today and for letting me read for you. And I really hope that helped. Okay. Your son is a beautiful soul. I really enjoyed reading for him. Okay, we're going to do a couple more here, guys, and then I have to run off to the barn because my horsies are going to be hungry. Let's see here. Let's see who is here. Thank you, Vivian. All right, hold on, guys. I'm scrolling up to where I need to be next here. Let's see. Let me quick do this, and then there are a couple other people I really need to get to on here today. Kawizi, can you bring my grandma since my uncle is here with us? Did she have a hand in the decision that was made yesterday? Yes, absolutely. 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 Kawizi, I'm seeing a room with her present, and oh my gosh, so many souls and spirits. I mean, there's aunts and great aunts, grandparents in there, great grandparents, there's angels, there's spirit guides, for all of you present. I mean, the room is like crowded with spirit. Okay. Crowded with spirit making yesterday's decision. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to go through a couple of these more quickly because I do have to get off shortly. Jasmine, I don't know if you're still there. I need to quick make sure the cat didn't just knock in my lizard cage. Hold on a second. Ow. Okay. He didn't. I just want to make sure my cat's interested in the crickets in the lizard cage, and I want to make sure he didn't break in the lid. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, Kawizi, yes. Okay, let's see. I see you, Vivian. I'm trying to get to you, and I'm trying to get to Robin. Thank you guys for your patience. There's only one of me. I just want to see if Jasmine's here because she's waited a really long time too. Some of you guys have been on here a long time waiting. You're welcome, Kawizi. Thank you for your patience. I just want to see if Jasmine is on here. Yes, Natasha, I did just send the link. Okay. So the school link should be, I posted it in the comments. Okay. Don't forget, guys, meet your spirit guides is the 27th. If you want to meet your spirit guides. Kellyanne, yours can wait. Okay. We're working. I know we have a lot of mediumship readings, Kellyanne, don't we? But Kellyanne, we can talk about this tomorrow as well in the mastermind, in the mindset mastermind. We can talk about that in depth tomorrow. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure Jasmine's not here. It looks like she's not here. So let's move on up to here then. All right, Robin, let's do you. And I have a couple more people I need to get to there. Here. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fun, Kellyanne. We'll work on tuning into that too. Okay. I know it didn't make any sense what I just said, but just bear with me. It's been a long day. Okay. Let's see. You can, Kawizi. You can definitely come to meet your spirit guides again because they will give you different messages and you'll have different visions during the exercises. So absolutely, would love to have you. Okay. So let's see, Robin. Robin, I just want to double check that you're here. Are you here, Robin? Let me know in the comments. Sorry, guys. I'm going to blow my nose. I like teared up on that last one. I teared up. Shouldn't blow my nose in front of you guys, but I am. All right. How unprofessional can I be? Hey, Vivian, we're going to get to you too. All right. I don't see. Let's see. Robin, I know you're still here. I'm sure you're still here. Let's see. There you are. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's tune into your son, Mom. Boy, what is it again? There's it just like I go to do these mediumship readings today for these young men, and it's like several of them show up. So we need to find which one is yours. So we're gonna do a couple yes nos here, Robin. So Robin, did your son also have a 2-syllable name, but he went by a 1-syllable like nickname or a shortened version of his name? I need to sort out who's who here. Nathan knows to step aside and wait. So we're going to try to do a reverse reading for Nathan on Monday. Don't worry, buddy. We'll get to you. Someone's going to show up for you. See here. Are you going to feed the dogs?
For sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I've got to sort out I'm getting flooded with so many things right now. Did he wear a ring, Robin? Did he wear a ring? I'm being shown a ring. Not like super small, like it had something on it, like not like this, but it had like something on it, like kind of like this size. And Robin, do you have a dog? There's a dog energy connected to the young man that's moving forward for you. Let's see. Let me look over here and see. No to the dog or no to the ring? Because I have 3 young men again. I've asked Nathan to step aside. I need to sort out what's what here. Sometimes, guys, they walk through singularly easily like it's them, but not always. Especially if there's a lot of trauma. No to the ring. Okay. If there's a lot of trauma, either for the people still living or surrounding the person's passing, oftentimes I have to do more sorting. It's not always as clear and easy for the person to show me, okay? All right. So I'm going to put the ring that I'm being shown over in the category with Nathan, who's going to have to wait until Monday. Okay. So Robin, there are I definitely have to work my way through this here. He's working very hard to materialize images and things for me, for evidence. When I find this isn't as quick and easy, like that you have seen for the other ones I've done today that have given a load of evidence, when it tends to take longer, it usually means there's trauma or questions about the passing or emotional blocks on one end or the other. whether the people know it or not. It doesn't happen with every Tom, Tangelo, sorry. It doesn't happen with every trauma or tragedy. I'm also being shown, so I'm just going to share random things that I'm being shown here because this is going to pull us together full circle. It helps him to connect to me better, okay? I'm being shown a bus, and I'm being shown traveling a distance. Not a super far distance, maybe like 1 to 3 hours or so. I'm being shown a gray and rainy day. I'm shown like wet roads, wet ground, gray skies. I'm being shown a difficult dilemma or decision. Here's Jackie. Sorry, my husband's trying to feed the dogs. And I'm also being shown, are you the one having difficulty sleeping, Robin? Are you having nightmares or waking up in the middle of the night? I'm being shown this as well. I'm being shown all these random things. So we need to follow them like a scavenger hunt and put them together because this is him trying to get through and trying to be clear. He's showing me that he's really been struggling to try to connect with you. He's saying that he didn't remember it being so hard to connect. So when he's conveying that, I'm taking that to mean, because now he's back on the other side, right? He's his soul, he's himself again. He doesn't remember before this incarnation it being so hard to communicate with those here. But since his passing from this life, he's finding it really challenging to try to get through. You're not the only one he's been trying to get through to, Robin. Okay, yes, you are finding, okay. Well, he can see that. He can see the, if your yes was in regards to the difficulty sleeping. If a soul could be frustrated, Robin, it would be him. In an effort to really try to get through. He's showing me he was able to stay in the physical plane, not stay fully in the physical plane, but like after we pass, we can usually keep our frequency and our communication kind of at a low vibrational level for our loved ones for about 3 to 10 days, depending on the soul, so that we can travel around and connect with them. He's showing me that his angels escorted him and allowed him to really have that for about 10 days after his passing. And he's showing me now here he's trying to, because we're fighting our way to do this together. This is what I have to do with them. I have to help them kind of break through this. And I have to be able to grasp at what they're handing me. He's showing me a window, and it looks like you standing at this window trying to make decisions. He's making me feel like you had a lot of difficult decisions to make after his passing. And he's making me feel like, not that we're ever ready, but that you didn't, it was like you were kind of numb and in shock. So how could you make these decisions, right? Sorry, my dad's fussing in the other room. He's hard of hearing. He doesn't have his hearing aids in. So if you guys hear yelling, that's my dad. Let me know if any of this relates to you, Robin, just yes or no, okay? Because he's trying really hard. He is seeing that he's seeing the emotional consequences of a loved one passing and what they leave as a responsibility for those who are still here. And he saw that in you. There's also other people he's trying to get through to, Robin. Can you ask them to please be quiet because I'm doing a reading? Thank you. So there's also a younger soul he's trying to get through to, Robin. A male soul that he's showing me he was very close to. Either a younger friend or a younger brother type figure or a younger cousin. A younger male who's still living in this world. He's also really been trying to get through to. So when you all had a celebration of his life, he shows himself, or he shows from his perspective, learning things about himself as a person he didn't know, and the impact that he had in other people's lives he was not aware of, in a good way. In a good way. We often, guys, don't know the impact that we have on anyone until we have, well, not just, we don't have to pass human disease. We often don't know the impact that we have on other people until they step up and they tell us, or they thank us, or they're like, wow, you showed me this, right? He's showing me getting to experience that. And he's grateful for that opportunity. You're welcome, Kawizi. You're welcome. So he's showing me, Robin, I don't know if it's a pie. I don't know if it's an actual collection that you've been putting together and sorting out of his things, or did sort out of his things, like in a collection of special items as you were sorting out his things, or if it is a like a pile of things, or if you went through a pile of things in order to get this collection to try to sort things out. But he's showing me all these things. Hi, Nita. Welcome. And he's saying he knows they don't mean the same thing right now that he's not there, even though his energy's in them. But he says, because he's fishing, he's showing me he's fishing for ways to get through to you. Now, this, Robin, this is me doing all the hard work here and him, okay, to break through the energetic blocks. it's going to be easier for you to sense him, connect him after that. And what I want you to do, Robin, is I want you to either come back to me or get on and let him come through as well for other readers, because we're doing a lot of work here, him and I right now, energetic breaking through, so he can relearn. And like you create new brain pathways, create these connective pathways, which is something that mediums are very good for doing when souls are having to relearn or struggle to communicate with you. A lot of souls don't. A lot of souls can communicate really easily once they cross over, but depending on how they passed and the energy involved and how their loved ones are dealing with that trauma, it can be difficult for them for a while sometimes, okay? It's not going to be difficult for him forever, Robin, okay? And we're just making like a breakthrough right now. We're poking holes in that veil because some of that veil is still there. There's like an energy barrier still there. Creating that block. Robin, is any of this relating to you? Just want to make sure you're still on there. Don't see any yes or no's or anything. I want to make sure you're still present. In lighting a candle and or journaling when you're connecting to him, Robin, you're going to be creating a gateway between the worlds for him, okay, and for you to connect. You're going to be creating a physical symbolism by which you guys can connect, okay? He's been really trying to reach out to you, Robin, through dreams, because he doesn't really feel like he's able to get through clearly any other way. And boy, he's been trying really, really, really hard, okay? He's been trying really, really hard. And like I said, he's been trying to get through to you. And he's been trying to get through to this younger male soul that feels to me like his brother. It feels like a brother energy, a younger brother energy. And he's been trying really hard to do that. And I think just the fact that he's sharing that is a sign that he's breaking through. Because when he first came through, he was just a soul with this other flood of young male souls that was coming forward. He's showing me a bicycle, a two-wheel bicycle. It looks like it's in a garage. Maybe it's a storage shed. It looks like it's a garage. It might be a mountain bike. It looks like it has straight handlebars. And not the super thin street wheels, but like the more textured wheels that are a little bit thicker. He's showing me this. He's also showing me, and I'm going to interrupt myself for a second, Robin. I trust spirit implicitly, even when they're struggling to come through. So if the parts of this that you don't relate to right now, don't blow them off. Listen to this again and take notes, because they're coming through right now when he can come through, right? And a lot of what he is sharing might not resonate with you initially, or it might not be what you're looking for, but you might find, or when you speak to this soul that he's showing me as younger brother type soul, or other friends or family, you might find there's a lot of validation there that things come through. This is really important. I did a reading years ago for a lady who got really upset during the reading. Oh no, that wasn't, because there was a gentleman that came through for her that said, look, I've passed away. It was years. I want to apologize for how I left your life. I've passed on, blah, 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 blah. I was always in love with you, all this stuff. And she thought it was ridiculous. And she, got off the reading and was like, you were highly recommended and I don't know what you're talking about. Well, about 2 months later, I got an email from her apologizing. And it turns out that the first love of her life from junior high, first year of high school, they had a really bad breakup and she'd always been heartbroken over that and she'd never gotten closure. And when he passed away in a car accident, he'd been trying to come through to her for like 15 months. And during our reading, that was him coming through. And so she messaged me. And so from that point on, I've always made sure to remind people that just because something maybe doesn't make sense during the reading, sometimes it means we need to seek other validation, which is what I've been doing, is helping him work through for that. But sometimes it also means that you're getting information before something you remember or relate to, or sometimes you find out things later. Okay. So just so you know, keep open about that. So let me go over here and see if you've said anything here. I just want to make sure you're still even there. Let's see. Hi, Vivian. Some of it. Okay, good. That's okay. Take some of it. Take the part that is, because like I said, there's several souls here, a lot of information that could be coming in, and he's trying really hard. This is, I'm taking a lot of extra time. Like I should have gone to the barn already. There's a lot of people that want readings. This is normally the amount of time and effort that you take when you do a paid personal hour-long reading, and I'm doing it free online. So that means it's important. That means I'm doing it because it's important. Okay. And it's going to help him break through and be able to communicate more clearly. So this is really, really significant, this time that we're taking to do this. Hi, Lakeside Laura. Yes, this is his younger brother. Yes, that's what he showed me. Okay. So there's some evidence right there. His younger brother. Okay. That makes sense. Good. And he has an older brother. Excellent. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Wonderful. So he's trying to get through to him, Robin. He's trying to get through to him. Okay. And, and the energy might come through as younger because he's now a soul on the other side that has more awareness and more wisdom. So it might come through that way. But just know, and if you can, and you have this type of relationship, let his brother know he is trying to come through to him. Okay. And they are connecting in the astral plane. You guys are going to be doing a lot of healing together. Okay. Yes, Vivian, I'm taking the time to explain everything clearly. That's right. Absolutely. To the demise of my horses and my sweet friend at the barn who's trying to help me, who's already there. Okay. But yes, this is what it takes, guys. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. It's like trying to translate a language where, both people are struggling to make that connection. And for some souls, it is so easy. And for some souls, it's not, but it will get easier. Okay. I'm also getting shown the 13th month. And so I'm asking him and your spirit guides right now, Robin, to show me some ways, some things you can do to also, make that breakthrough, because a lot of times part of the difficulty that a soul has coming through is because they make their connection with you. And when we are processing our emotional trauma in a certain way, a lot of times that makes it difficult. And this isn't me blaming you. This is in general, guys, how it works. I know when my dad's father passed away, he was the last patriarchal, beyond my dad level in our family. And my grandfathers were so solid and they were so secure and they were such a foundation for our family. And I was always able to connect with my grandparents when they passed on. When my dad's father passed, could not, absolutely could not get through to him. It was like he disappeared and, like lead walls just came down and I felt like the floor was pulled out from underneath me. Good night, Kaweezy. See you on Friday. Um, and that was not my grandfather. That was my grandfather struggling to get through because of the impact it had on me. And that really does, because what happens is it puts more blockage in the egoic veil. So the work, Robin, that your son and I are doing right now is going to help to break through some of that. And it will both be on his end and on the end of his loved ones that he has left. And sometimes there's just more to break through there so that communication can be easier. Okay. So we've broken through a lot of that today. I would set your alarms for like the middle of the night when you normally don't wake up. This will pull you out of dreams or astral planes mid experience. So sometimes you're able to remember some more like that. If you're having trouble sleeping, that's a little harder to do, but you can still do that in dozes, like when you're dozing. When you wake up, if you're either feeling like that sort of depressed, low down feeling, or you're feeling a little more uplifted, even if you don't have a memory of what's happened, Robin, this is both signs that you've been in the astral plane and you've had these experiences with your son, okay? Because he is really trying hard to come through to you more clearly, and he's going to keep working on that, but it is going to get better, okay? So I would give it, it looks like maybe 5 to 7 days. Give it a little bit of time and let this sink in, and then go and get another reading. That's fine, Nita. Thanks for stopping by. Mwah. Then go get another reading. You can come back intermittently to some of my lives and go get some pop on some of the lives or get a reading from someone else, because what's going to happen is, since we've had some of these breakthroughs, it's going to sort of shuffle some of the blockages and challenges that are going on in the veil, and you should be able to start getting more of a flow of communication with your son, okay? Because we've joggled things up a lot today, and that's kind of the unfun, hard work, okay? I mean, I can feel it. It's very draining for me when I do that, but it's a huge, huge part of your healing, okay, Robin? And I'm getting the number 13. He's showing me numbers. He's showing me the number 13. And I see you, Vivian. We'll get to you right before I get off here, okay? And it looks like it's going to be just a little over a year from now, because I was asking from when. From now, you're going to start to feel some shifts in your peace and in your healing. Okay, Robin? Both you and your son. You're going to start to feel some positive shifts within like the next 13 months, okay? I want to say this, Robin, too, for you. And don't take this personally, but I'm just going to take a risk and I'm going to say this for you as well, okay? The readings that I do that I find the most difficult, and this has been consistent, and I can vouch for this for thousands of readings that I've done, okay? Over the thousands of readings that I've done, there are, in all of the ones that I have found were the most difficult for a soul to get through, and for me to bring through some of the evidence that I wanted, that you've seen easily come for other people today. And this is not blaming you, but I want you to understand the consistency, because there are some shifts I think you can help make. In every case, I felt a barrier from the person asking me for the reading. And my immediate human response was, and I'm being vulnerable by sharing this, guys, I'm just letting you know. Uh-oh. And then as I go into the reading, I always hope that the uh-oh is just maybe the unknown or known trauma of the family and the soul, and maybe how they passed, and the tragedy and the trauma of the passing, and or unresolved acceptance on the part of the family. And usually that's the case. But when I get the uh-oh, there's usually something directly related to the person that is asking me for the reading. I'm not going to say or what I think that is, but I do know that there's some aspect within you that when you let go and you drop your guard, and you might not like this, but you might find, hi Aries, think about this tonight and do a little introspection and see. With some people, I've literally, like one angel party I did, I literally sat there with a woman, and I shouldn't have. I started doing angel parties. I was really young. It was dumb of me. I gave myself a migraine, but I was determined to get through and read for this lady's sister and read for her. And everybody was supposed to get a 20-minute reading. It was an angel party. And I sat there with this lady for 3 hours, and you should have seen her. She was like, but we got through it. And she later wrote me a really long email. It was hard and it was terrifying, but it was terrifying because there was a part of her energy, and I think it was in her subconscious mind. So again, this isn't me blaming you. I just want to share with you the commonality, because when you get off here tonight, you may want to look and see, because I believe personally that we can help our loved ones when they're having trouble communicating. We can help. And I know for me, I had to do that after I lost that one grandfather. He didn't come through for years, like not for any reader, not for me. There were some things I was blocking and I was safeguarding in my trauma of losing him. And it wasn't any more painful losing him than any of my other grandparents. I just had different subconscious barriers to his passing, and he could not get through to me, but he was right there. So I want to share that with you. I feel obligated to be that honest and forthright with you about it, whether you like what I'm saying or not, because I think that I want you to be able to really connect with your son. And I know that he's trying, and I know that you're trying. And I'd give it 5 to 7 days. I would process what we've done here. I would take the efforts he made and the evidence that did come through, and I would let it sink in. And then I would get back on here. I'd find one or two of other Veronica's readers, or go to Veronica, see if the work we did today, how that's loosened things up, and see what comes through for them. And then in a few weeks, come back again if you want to, and we'll see where we are with this. Okay? Because you guys can help him get through, but he can hear and sense and feel you very clearly with no problem. You can send to him with no problem. Okay? Okay, does that make sense? Okay, good. I'm glad you're not offended, but I feel like I need to say that because it's not a blame game. It is an energy game. It's a frequency game. It's like trying to talk to someone on the other side of the world with a bad phone with poor reception when they're speaking another language. Okay. But we made some huge headway today. It's energy headway. And boy, I can feel it in my body. But he's there and he's trying to get through to you both. Okay. Let you and your son that are here in this world, let yourself support each other and pour that emotion out. That's really going to help. Let yourself journal. That's really going to help. Get into acceptance mode. That's really going to help. And then make those rounds of readings that I recommended in about 5 to 7 days. and come back and keep me posted and let me know. Okay, because this isn't going to last forever. I truly believe you're going to be able to have this free ongoing communication with loads of evidence and that you need. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for your patience. All right, guys. Let's see. That's right. Absolutely, Aries. You're right. Absolutely. You had an out-of-body experience. It's like nobody dies ever hoping it brings. Yeah, it doesn't. We don't. We just we just transform, right? So I'll say to Robin what Spirit has told me to tell people, which is our relationships don't end, they merely transform. That's what Spirit tells me to say, right? Our relationships never die, they merely transform. So you're just learning to communicate in a new way. Now, sweet Vivian, before I get off, I'm going to get to you. And you were asking me about surgery. Let's see. I'm going to pop this in here again, guys. Guys, if you like this, thank you for your likes and your love so more people can find Veronica's page and my Psychic Medium page. Thank you so much. And thank you all for your patience. Girl, I'm scrolling up here to Vivian, and I'm going to send my school account. Again, guys, spirituality and science are not mutually exclusive. If you want to join my free online community where I have a calendar of all sorts of events, we do mindset and manifesting and neuroscience work to help you create transformation and manifest. We also work on awakening your intuition, right? And mediumship and answer all of your spiritual and afterlife questions. So if you want to join me there, it's free. There's the link down below. You guys can, I'll pop that in there again. It didn't go. I'll try one more time. Let's see. Vivian. My poor horses are going to be so hungry. Okay, let's see. I see you, Vivian. Hold on. Mom, can I help you with something? Oh, now I have to go upstairs and get it. I don't have any here. Let me go upstairs and get it in a few minutes, okay? I'll be done. Margot, don't forget, come back next time, okay? Let's see here. Oh, Vivian, there we go. Well, all right. I know you wanted to ask about surgery. Do you need surgery? Okay, that's all it was. Okay. All right. Again, guys, if it's a medical question, I always say I am not a medical doctor, so you must take your guidance and direction from your doctors over anything that I say. Okay, I need to say that for liability purposes. But I will share with you what your energy and your spirit team and intuition shares with me. Okay. So, I don't know, Vivian, if you already have or you are intending to, but it looks like you need to get a second opinion or a second or third opinion. I'm actually seeing 3 opinions here. So it looks like one out of questioning and not quite trusting what's going on with the first resource or the first doctor. And this could be future if it's not happening already. And the second or the third opinion looks like it's for good measure. Okay. Either for good measure initiated by you or that you get kind of dumped into that third opinion. So I would get third opinion first. It looks like it's sort of right on the edge here. So it looks as though I'm seeing the number 3. It looks as though whatever you do over the next 3 months is going to determine whether you end up getting surgery or not. I do not see you getting surgery and not needing it. So if you end up getting surgery, I'm not getting if you're going to get it or not. I'm getting that is going to depend on what you do the next 3 months. So you need to be following exactly what in habits and repetition, what they are sharing with you that you need to be doing. You trust you're good, good, very good. That happened already. Okay. That's funny. You are a physician, and I trust you very much. Thank you, Vivian. That's cool. How cute is that? That's like the cutest message right there. What a compliment. Thank you. Um, but this is what I see though, okay? And so there's a lot of number threes here for you, which also indicates a lot of angelic guidance. And it also is a symbol, the three is a symbol of the triangle, which is stability and balance, right? The three also being the triangle is symbolic of the spiral upwards, which is a good sign. That's a very positive thing, numerology wise. So I would stick with those threes as a good number. Again, what they're showing me is what you do the next 3 months is very pertinent. And I take that to mean that you can avoid surgery if you follow very strictly and consistently a protocol that can help you and reverse your situation. I'm also seeing in reassurance coming from the angel side of the chart that, you know, you will not be getting the surgery unnecessarily. And that looks like that is divinely protected. Okay. You feel better already? Okay. You waited a long time for that. You waited over 2 hours for that answer. But anyway, I hope that helps. But please keep me posted. Also, get into Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? This is what he does. He works with neuroscience to help transform the mind and the body, which is emotion, right? To help heal us. He does that. He's worked with people in over 300 countries to do that. And, I refer all my clients to him, and I teach a lot of his material in my coaching programs. I'm like, this is the real deal. He's showing us how to use, neuroscience and quantum physics to manifest. And I came up with that conclusion on my own. And then I was looking for someone who was teaching that, and I came across him. And sure enough, he'd done the work, right? Yeah, he's great. He's great. But listen to his videos as well, because he'll do what I do, where I take clients through these processes. So let him walk you through the processes, because it really does take practice to get yourself into the quantum world and begin manifesting from there. Okay. All right, guys, I hate to do this to you, but I stayed on almost 2.5 hours. I am 2.5 hours late for the barn, and I have an hour drive in the rain. So I love you all so much. I cannot thank you enough for being a beautiful audience. Epigenetics, yes, ma'am. Yes, exactly. It's great to hear a doctor say this. I cannot thank you enough for your patience and for being a beautiful and gracious audience. I need to go through in the next few days a bunch of lives and just sort of get back to people that I haven't gotten back to. Friday is Furball Friday. That is for animal and nature readings only. And then Monday we'll be back at 4 p.m. EDT with Angels in Action. So thank you all so much for joining me. Mwah. Have a beautiful evening, morning, or afternoon, and I'll see you all soon.